Hey everyone, it's Mike here. Before we get started on today's Crucible Chat with BiPolarBear, just wanted to let you know that this week I didn't get any time to record any Destiny because I've been playing a lot of Titanfall. So while this is still Crucible Chat, there's a lot of Titanfall in the background here. But I hope you guys enjoy it still. If you do, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and let's get on with it right now. See you later.
2, 1, mark.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Crucible Chat. Yes, it's the end of January, and we are back with another hour-long special with me and the man who is the single sole reason that Paddington Bear had to get put in the witness protection program and moved out of Peru. It is the Bipolar Bear.
Right, firstly, that is not fact. You can't prove that.
Well,
whatever he says to you is a lie.
I'm more inclined to believe a small, cute little bear that was found in a train station than a murderous, rampaging.
Do you know how he got on the
dweller.
train to get to the train station?
How?
I don't know, I went with him. But still, it must be some nasty shit, because he's a fucking liar!
Oh, God. You know what? For clarity here, folks, this is the second time we did this because Rob's dog was barking away in the background. And we started very low in the last recording, and we've started even lower this time, accusing Paddington Bear of being a liar.
Yes.
A British institution, don't you know?
Oh, fantastic. Yes, yes, I'm going to go get a cup of tea, I'm going to find Paddington Bear, I'm going to pour it over the fucker.
Right, so we had a vague idea when we were coming up. We were talking on Twitter, say, right, what are we going to talk about? And we thought we'll come up with the classic one. Xbox versus PS4. So I've put no thought into this. Rob's put no thought into this. So I'm going to open the floor to Rob, see what he says, see if it's any different to what he said the first time, and see if it's still just as shocking. So come on,
PlayStation 4 is the biggest pile of shit that I've got in my setup. That's just a fact. That I can't do with the PlayStation 4, and I just can't stand the damn thing. I think it's the biggest pile of shit. I regret buying it. It is just nothing but a fucking cup holder on my collection. In fact, it's not even worth the shelf that it's sat on. And yet again, I would rather have Harold Shipman give me my prescriptions than play that piece of shit console.
Yep, staying low.
Yeah.
Right, now, to be honest, this is a strange point because I remember last year, late summer last year I think, you put up a video saying, I'm selling my PS4. Yeah. Because you'd fallen in love with the Xbox One again, and you decided it was the best thing since someone decided to slice bread.
I didn't fall in love with the PlayStation, with my Xbox One again. I never fell in love with it. I've always loved my Xbox.
Yeah.
It's just I got to the point where I was taking pity on my PlayStation having it here.
No, but I remember then about 3 weeks later, you put another one out saying, "No, I haven't sold my PS4 because I'm enjoying playing it."
Do you want to know why? Why? Because the fucking Pitchfork Brigade came out, didn't they, in full fucking force? Jesus Christ, I'm surprised we were knocking on my door holding a fucking Sony badge and I don't know, fucking farming equipment. I can't think of the word. Probably said it once.
Pitchfork.
Torches. Pitchforks and torches and all them fuckers came out of the water. PlayStation 4's fucking great, PlayStation 4's good. Xbox One's a piece of shit. Only runs at 720p compared to 1080p. Fuck off!
Ooh, I think I've just found that last nerve of yours. I've put a pair of football boots on, stunned it.
Was a lie. It was a fucking lie!
The truth comes out.
Exclusive, PlayStation 4 is shit! Ish. Yeah, I don't completely hate it, but no, honestly, I don't like it, no.
Now you see,
but that video, never believe that video. I literally did that because so many people lost their shit. People who weren't even subscribed to me, people who had nothing to do with me in general. I uploaded that video just to pretty much say, look, this is what you're going to see. I'm not going to upload any more PS4. Blah, blah, blah. I don't like it. I'm just going to sell it. And you're going to see Xbox One games, Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, just backlash. I had about 200 subs at this point. But fucking Jesus Christ, the heavens opened and it started pissing down. With insults and people saying, oh, PS4's this, PS4's that. You can take your PS4 and you can stick up your ass. I really don't care. Honestly, soon enough, there's going to be, in Japan, there's going to be a bin full of PlayStation 4s with a fucking white flag in the top.
Well, now, you see, my opinions on the Xbox One they're not quite as vitriolic as that one, but the main reason I went with PS4 in this generation, one, because Bloodborne was coming out for it, and that was announced ages and ages ago. That kind of solidified my decision to buy a PS4 because it's exclusive, and I'm a geek like that. But it was just it was actually in the last generation. I had both. I had the 360 and I had the PS3. And when it started, I got the Xbox 360 first, and I adored it, and it was great. I bought loads of games for it, had great fun with it. Then it red ringed, and I got given a brand new one, and that was nice as well. Apart from it happened to coincide with 2 weeks when I was sick, so I had nothing to play while I was sick, which sucked. Apart from I borrowed my sister-in-law's Wii, and we played.
God, you were desperate.
Yeah, I played Super Mario Galaxy all the way through, and to be fair, that was a fucking tremendous game. But the Wii is terrible. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Wii U's not much better as well.
Yeah, I've heard that. But anyway, back to what I was saying.
Yes.
So yeah, I got a PS3 turned up because I actually asked for a Blu-ray player for Christmas off somebody, and it actually worked out cheaper to get like a PS3 deal. So I got one of those.
Yeah.
And that worked out quite nicely. And it took a little while, but then I started getting into the games for it, and I realised that I quite liked a lot of the exclusives. And by the time I'd gone through all the exclusives I wanted to play, like Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that, I'd gotten so used to the controller, I went back to the Xbox 360, I'm like, this is a fucking brick, this. I mean, the controller on the PS3 was the worst thing about it. But, on the PS3, it was like, the model I had was a lot quieter than my 360 was. It had a bigger hard disk. It just, I just ended up preferring it. So when this generation came out, it was like, I've already got the PS3. At the time, my Xbox is packed away on a shelf. I can see it from here. It hasn't been turned on in about a year. And then, I just thought, right, PS4. I'll just go for a PS4. And then it was the whole fucking shitstorm around all the reveals and E3 and all that.
Yeah.
You know, where Don Matrick comes out and goes, "Hey, the new Xbox One, you can watch TV on it. We've got NFL."
That guy is the definition of the term cunt.
It really is. But it was just like, because I watched the conference and I just wanted to see, well, what are the games going to look like mined? And then they came out and says, "Hey, you have to have Kinect with it." I'm like, fuck off, I don't even use the Kinect I've got.
So, right, that whole Xbox One launch, even I cringed, right?
It was awful.
Because all it was TV, Kinect, Call of Duty, Kinect, TV, you can watch NFL draft teams. There's fish that move out of the way. It's like,
oh god, yes, I remember that. The fish
that move out of the way.
In Call of Duty Ghosts, yeah, they were.
Yes.
They act in a realistic behaviour.
Tattoo on his ear.
We've got realistic fur on this dog. He looks like a German Shepherd wearing a fucking helmet and a bomb strapped to his back. No, yeah, I remember that, but it was just like...
That's quite a hard model to fuck up as it is.
Well, true. But it was... The best response was... Because do you remember when it came out and they had the whole thing about not allowing second-hand games and stuff like that?
Yeah, and, the DRM policies.
Yeah, which obviously they dropped very quickly, which I was glad for. But I just remember it was about 2 weeks later from that reveal when it was E3, and Sony released a video. Kaz Hirai made this video of how to trade games with your friends on PS4, and it just has two executives, one holding the game, turns to the other, here you go, and hands them the game. And I just thought, you Xbox have made it so easy for Sony.
Oh no, yeah, it was a terrible E3 launch.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Xbox One's been a bit of a shit show until Phil Spencer took over.
Yeah.
And now last year's E3 compared to 2013's E3, it's like night and day the difference.
Oh yeah. Well, I am kind of glad that the Xbox has started to make up ground, because obviously after all the launch stuff and all that, and it came out, and then I think there was issues with faulty power supplies or something. So there was a few thousand of them were written off.
Right.
And then there was the whole, it doesn't do 1080p, it only does 900p and all that shit.
Was ridiculous. People do seem to forget though, the Xbox One is the third selling best console launch of all time, only behind the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Wii, the original. So it's not done too bad, to be fair, even when it was struggling.
But that's it, and it's only now since like developers have had enough time to work with the games that the games are actually coming out, and there's very little difference between the Xbox One and the PS4 versions. Or if there is, like, neither really outperforms the other, but they just do better in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, because for me, like, the Xbox One, I actually like the Kinect. I'm one of the few people who like it. I don't think it's conspiracy theory. If the guys at Microsoft want to see me right now in a t-shirt and trackies talking to you over Skype, then, hi. You know, I'll quite happily wave away. I honestly don't believe that's the case. I mean, I quite like the Kinect. I quite like saying Xbox do this, Xbox do that. And it's actually listening to me as I'm talking, which is quite creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas in comparison to the PlayStation 4, I don't know. I just think like the user interface, it is the most unfriendliest looking motherfucker I've ever seen in my god entire life. And how they've got the whole display like labeled up like Facebook, it just looks tacky as hell. Like,
I'll concede. I preferred the PS3's X bar. I think that was a better way to do it.
yeah.
And it certainly looks better than the Vita, whatever the fuck the Vita does, with those fucking bubbles sitting in space.
Yeah, I know the Vita's a bit retarded though, isn't it? It's kind of, it was loved at first, then it just got neglected. It's like a starving dog that you see on an advert.
Well, that was it. I mean, I had a Vita for about 8 months, and I liked it for what it was. I mean, Wipeout Vita was phenomenal, as was Little Big Planet Vita.
The Walking Dead was good on Vita as well.
Yeah, but, well, to be fair, that's been released on everything now. But
Yeah, true.
It's with the Vita, after having it for 8 months, I realised I only ever actually bought 3 games for it. And so I actually traded it in to get my PS4 when I got it.
Oh, really?
Because it was just, there wasn't anything coming out that interested me. And
No.
I'm a little bit tight sometimes when it comes to games, especially if it's a game that I can't get a demo of, so I don't know what it's like. I don't really like paying full price for them. And
Right.
the only other second-hand game there ever seemed to be for the Vita was FIFA 14. Well, I've got no fucking interest in FIFA. So it's just like, no, I'm not going to play a football game on a handheld. Nah, fuck that.
I mean,
So-
what was pretty good was I got stuff like Uncharted and Fez. And I'm trying to think what, like Spelunky and Shovel Knight. I got all them for free for it.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100% on Shovel Knight, but that was actually pretty good because the Vita now, the Vita now's all right because I've still got mine because obviously I used it for when I went away, and the Vita's solid. It's never going to be anything other than all right, but I don't know why they're still trying to push it.
I think.
I
Well,
don't know why they're still making games for it. It's all right, but it's done.
I think they should pretty much concede to the 3DS because the 3DS is just destroying everything, much like the DS did.
Oh yeah, I mean you can understand why. That's got a whole back catalogue of games. It's ideal for all sorts. I mean, you usually see gamers that are like big sweaty blokes, or sorry, in most cases, 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
In the Call of Duty scene. But I mean, obviously, you know, a 3DS, that's for everybody. It's accessible to everybody. It's made for everyone, whether he be old, young, women, man, I don't know, black, white, fucking orange, I don't give a shit. But yeah, pretty much anyone can pick up a Nintendo 3DS and they can relate to it in some way. They know a character from some time period.
Yeah.
And play it quite happily. So that's always going to outsell the PlayStation, whereas PlayStation for me is more set to the Vita is more for a hardcore audience, whereas the 3DS is just, you can pretty much pick up. If you can pick up a game, if you can pick up a freaking handheld and play Brain Training, you know you pretty much got all grounds covered.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think the only game that ever actually showed any promise to me on the Vita, like the bigger games for it, rather than little indie ones, was the Killzone Mercenaries. And I got into the little multiplayer beta they had for it. And they just fucked it up immensely. It was just so bad to play.
I mean, Borderlands 2 was rough on the Vita.
Oh, wait, yeah. How the hell are you going to squeeze a AAA title for a main console and PC onto a fucking handheld?
They didn't do it very well. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't really get on with Borderlands 2 on the PS3, if I'm perfectly honest, and about half the internet now is ready to shoot me down or unsubscribe to me for saying that.
Definitely.
Everybody seems to love Borderlands. It's just one of those franchises that I could play maybe for a couple of hours, but then I think, oh, I'm not ready. Not ready for the grind.
No, it's definitely one of them games which you got to put a lot of time into. It's kind of an investment, isn't it, rather than anything?
Yeah.
That's why now I'm kind of stuck. Unlike what I said to you earlier, I'm stuck for playing games because at the minute Destiny, I'm pretty much grind out with that.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for Dying Light. I'm sorry, we're in the future. Dying Light is out now, and I'm loving it. But I think the big game for me this year is going to be The Witcher. So I think that one's going to have like 90% of my gaming time.
Yeah, the Witcher is going to be an obscene time sink. I know that much.
So I'm quite reluctant now to pick up a game and just start playing it from the start, because I know for a while that pretty soon this game's going to be here, and that's going to consume all my time, and any other game that I've been playing up to that point is going to be obsolete. So it's kind of got to be something that I can pick up and it's going to have a beginning, a middle, and end instead of being ongoing.
When is The Witcher out? Is it February or March?
May, I think, isn't it?
Hang on, The Witcher 3. Quick Google search.
Oh yeah, February 1st, so we're still good.
No, it's 19th of May.
Yeah.
So you've got some time for that one, really. You could probably get yourself through Dragon Age Inquisition or something like that.
Yeah, that's good. I'm debating with that one because I've got Dying Light is out now and I'm loving it, and that's kind of taking up most of my time. This is awkward.
This is what you hope anyway. The Dying Light is going to be the most amazing thing ever.
Fucking hope so. I really do, because I love Mirror's Edge. You know,
Yeah.
give me anything zombie related, and I'm all over it like flies around shit.
In fact, actually, you've just reminded me of something that I really can't wait for, and hope there's some details on at E3, which is Mirror's Edge 2.
Yeah.
Because I fucking adored that game. Because
It's a good game.
It was so different. There was no like it because the emphasis was don't kill anybody, just run, and just the way it was done was just so stylish, and I really enjoyed it. Storyline was a whole load of shit, but
it was just fun to run around and parkour off everything, though, wasn't it?
yeah.
More than anything.
Well, I used to enjoy the like you could do the challenge runs, and like try and beat your time against the leaderboards. I used to quite enjoy doing those and like just trying to perfect each run. It was a fucking great game.
It was a good game. Just a quick one.
Yeah,
The PlayStation 4 is shit and we gone off topic.
it is. Okay, so Xbox One is shit because it's the size of a monolith.
That's got literally nothing to do with it. I can compare the PlayStation 4 to the Xbox One. There is like an inch worth of difference. But proceed regardless.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm just saying incongruous shit that comes to my head while I actually think of a proper argument here.
All right. I'll stick a kettle on whilst I wait, shall I?
Yeah, because this could take a while. I mean, you know,
on the back of a fact packet, please.
yeah. No, hey, I'm a Geordie. We write our answers on the back of a study.
Oh, apologies.
No, I mean to be perfect, like I said to you before, I haven't actually played on an Xbox One, but it's just that I think it's the Microsoft way of doing things. It's all very American and in your face.
I'd rather that than "Hi, chicken nugget, we eat dogs in our home country."
Oh my god!
I don't think I could have made that any more racist, could I?
No, you really couldn't. Nick Griffin's going to be knocking on your door to give you some kind of BMP medal for that one. It's going to knight you, Sir Bipolar Bear, for services towards racism. No, I think it's stuff like I got really pissed off with the 360 with like the fact that they changed the dashboard and just shoved adverts in your face all the fucking time, and yeah, it came down to, I mean, the annoying thing is I actually do want an Xbox One because there are a few games that I want to play. Stuff like Forza Horizon 2, which is supposed to be amazing.
It's good. It is really good. But there is one thing that pisses me off, and it's a bit of a deal breaker for me.
Right.
But every time you're in a race and you see the lineup, it's every single generic white person in the car.
Right.
There's no height difference, there's no weight difference, there's no face difference, there's no skin difference. It's one of them. It's a real pet peeve. Every time I see it, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, put some effort in.
So it's like they've spent all this time making like wonderful tracks and wonderful cars, and then
Could've
forgotten
got a
about the
couple of extra
driver.
character models.
Yeah. I think
They
that's a very
niggly
niggly thing.
Halo and put a couple of fucking Spartans in there. That'd have done.
To be honest though, I mean you're using that as a little pet peeve of yours. Have you played Drive Club? Because that's the PS4's equivalent.
I don't think anybody's played Drive Club.
I've played Drive Club and it's fucking atrocious. It's a racing game where it's not fun to race. I mean,
that's rough.
It's like it had one job, but because they focused all this time on the whole social experience thing, and like being in a drive club and all that shit, and it still doesn't fucking work. It's like 4 months after it came out.
To be fair, it was meant to come out at launch of the PlayStation.
Yeah, so it's what 16 months late.
Yep.
Effectively at this point, and still not fucking working. So yeah, you can complain.
That's modern age gaming for you.
You can complain all you want about Forza Horizon, but no, Drive Club takes the biscuit on that one. I will concede that one to you.
I mean, but come on. I mean, things like little mistakes, like going back to... I can go on to Drive Club in a minute. I haven't played it. I picked it up from my brother for Christmas on his PlayStation. He picked it up like, what the fuck is this? And he's a massive petrol head. So yeah, I mean, for Forza Horizon 2, it's like they made it all glossy, but there's one thing they couldn't sort out. It is like getting showered, getting dressed, shaved, all cleaned up. You're looking fine, ready to go out. You got a brand new suit on, but yet you still got the same underpants on as last week. It's like, surely they could have just taken that extra bit of time and just polish it up. Yeah, that's kind of my analogy of Forza Horizon 2.
Fair enough. That works for me, and I love the fact that you get so worked up about a character model in a car.
I know, but still,
chances are you're playing in cockpit view anyway, and you don't see them.
But it's blatantly fucking obvious. This should not be something that needs to be addressed. If you're gonna do it, just fucking don't make it obvious. Just stick a bit of fucking black or orange paint on them. It'll do fine. I don't care who we're racing against. Just not the same generic person.
So,
it's infuriating because it's a good game. It's just things like that just fuck me off really badly.
So back to what I was saying though. So Forza Horizon 2 is a game I want to play. I kind of want to play Halo Guardians, but after listening to your opinions on Halo the Master Chief Collection, I might give that one a wide berth should I get an Xbox.
Nothing but good things about Halo and the Master Chief Collection.
Did you really?
When it fucking worked. It ran great. Actually, no, if it worked, it'd work for a little bit, then it decided to kick you out. Oh, couldn't connect to host. Funny, that should be on dedicated servers, but that never arrived. That happens with a lot of different games. But yeah, Halo, great. Load it up, music's playing. Da, 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 da. It's like, oh, I'm all excited. I gotta go play some Halo. And then it loads up. It's like 20 minutes later. I'm a fucking cobweb. Well, I'm not really making a good point over the Xbox One's better than the PlayStation 4 right now, am I?
No. Well, to be honest, I think what we're establishing here is that neither is better than the other. We're just both opinionated bastards. Yes,
indeed. That's very true.
Which is an interesting thought that we've come to 40 minutes before we really should have. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there are a few games I want to play on the Xbox. I can't think of any off the top of my head at the minute beyond those.
Or Tomb Raider?
I'm not interested in Tomb Raider. I mean, I got the PS3 version of Tomb Raider, the 2013 game, on when it was on PS Plus.
Yeah.
And I played it, and it was amusing enough. But I kind of felt like, well, Uncharted has done this before, and Last of Us did this better.
Didn't the original Tomb Raider come out before The Last of Us?
No. Oh, hang on. When was that?
I think it might have done. Because it came out, I'm pretty sure
it came out in the March, and Last of Us was the summer.
Yeah, it's the July time.
Yeah, but I didn't play it till like 2014 when it came on PS Plus.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I just said to you, I'm tight.
Oh mate, that's The Last of Us. That is literally the reason that I picked up a PlayStation. That and Killzone as well. I wanted to play Killzone Shadowfall.
Yeah.
And no, The Last of Us. I just love that game. I love it so much.
Yeah, there's not a thing wrong with that game.
No.
And I will idolize that game up there with Half-Life 2.
I've never played Half-Life 2. So.
And you call yourself a gamer?
Oh, shut up.
No.
PlayStation fanboy.
Xbox arsehole.
I know, right? I'll go back into The Last of Us in a second. We're going on to the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 debate. There is actually no winner.
No.
Because the majority of people who say one is better than the other don't own both. And I'm not saying I'm right because I own both and I prefer one over the other. But what I'm saying is, people just need to wind the fucking neck in.
Well, there is that as well.
Instead of bitching about it, just fucking play it. Well, you'll find some enjoyment regardless.
Well, that's it. I mean, like I said, on the last generation, I had both consoles, and I just ended up with a preference. But there were still games that I would get for the 360 because either they were going to be better on the Xbox or they were only for the Xbox.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it still got played.
For me, if I'll get the PS4 exclusives no matter, but I'm not going to play it for the fun of it because I don't like it. It's as simple as that. I mean, I think the online shit, I think the controls shit, the user interface is shit. I got Alien Isolation, as you know, but that game was overall shit.
Hey.
I knew
Settle
that.
down.
Something out of you. But yeah, pretty much every game that I picked up from my PlayStation 4 now I've transferred over to my Xbox One. I'm still going to bitch about my PS4 because I do think it's just a very dusty cup holder. And the only reason I bought other games for it was because my hard drive on my Xbox One was filling up. Simple solution was buy a new hard drive.
Simple enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I never really got it because I mean the 1080p resolution thing. All right, if you are that, because like I said, I played the both, and I genuinely don't see a difference.
It's actually really hard to see a difference between 900p and 1080p, and you only kind of really notice the difference if you're doing if you're actually running a pixel counting program. And I think the only major difference you see, if you had a PS4 or an Xbox One connected to the same telly, running the same game at the same point, probably the only difference you would ever see is on the Xbox, it would look a bit zoomed in. That's all. Because that's, you know, it's like that thing, you know, when you up the resolution on your PC, like everything gets smaller.
It, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just it's like you're a little bit tighter in, and that's about it. I mean, I think there's some of the developers have had some really clever ways to get around it. Some of them have had some really shitty ones, and I'm going to go back to the Evil Within because they made that game so badly, and it wasn't running well on either console. So they put two fucking black bars in, so you can say, "Hey, it's 1080p," but it's fucking not, because it's got two huge black bars taking out nearly a third of the screen. So it doesn't have to render in those bits, and that to me was a cheat. But they kept saying, "Hey, it's 1080p. It runs in 1080p." It's like, fuck off, it's not. But that's my nerdy side going away. But the actual physical difference, unless you have...
These are not pixels, these are lies!
These are lies! These pixels are not doing anything! But the... unless you actually sat there analysing every image and every frame, you wouldn't notice it. Now, the stuff you do notice, and it's where you get the differences between the Xbox One and the PS4, is when you get like stuff like Grand Theft Auto 5. It runs really well on both consoles, but both of them have like weird little glitches in the graphics. So like I think on the Xbox you get the odd bit of screen tear in here and that, where you can see like it's trying to load two frames at the same time, and you get like a crossover. And it's like a split-second thing, and you kind of notice it at the corner of your eye when it happens. And the PlayStation, I think, has like the odd bit where textures pop in when you're driving around. But that's about it in terms of like how the two of them handle the graphics differently. But it's not an issue of resolution; it's just an issue of how they handle their graphics.
Yeah,
but even then, you get down to like the fucking.
But this is how pitiful it's become. This is what we're discussing now. The minor details of it all, and that's what it all comes down to. It just all comes down to numbers and people being pitiful. It's like I've seen on comments all the time when they're comparing games, like, oh, one has slightly more shading.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just. I just wanted to stop. I really do. It's like, no more.
I don't mind people comparing the two consoles, because on Eurogamer they have this side of it called Digital Foundry, and they do have like the comparisons between the two consoles on games. But they get into like the science of it, like, you know, what kind of anti-alias and all that kind of shit that I don't really understand what it comes to. But it used to be handy when I was on the last generation, when I had both consoles, and I could go to the bottom and it would say which one it ran better on. I was like, oh, I know which one to buy it for. But either way, I quite like that kind of comparison, because it's not judgmental. It's not saying, well, the Xbox is shit because it doesn't play this game in this resolution. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, the big part that they fucked up on was definitely the Kinect.
Oh, yeah.
For Xbox. I mean, you know, taking away some of the processing power, and quite a large part of it as well, to be fair.
It was like a whole core of the processor or something, wasn't it?
Ridiculous amount. So they could interface it with games, so then in games you could say, do something to your Kinect which you wouldn't be able to do anywhere else. But then developers was like, no, I don't want to do that. So you had the processing power taken away and no voice commands in game.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the point that we got to with that. It was just got to the point where it was shit, especially like in games like Thief and games that came out last year.
Yeah.
Like, say, summertime last year. It was dire. But like now, I mean, for me anyway, obviously comparing the two, I think the Xbox has come back really strong.
Well, I think it has as well, but the one thing that I'm not sure on is like, see, to me what would sell me a console is like the exclusives. And off the top of my head, I can't, apart from Halo 5, which hasn't actually got a release date, it's just this year at some point.
It's Christmas, isn't it? They keep saying.
Well, it will be, yeah. But it's like, what big exclusives are coming out for the Xbox One?
There's only really games like Scaled that I can think of off the top of my head. I think Fable, if you're into that kind of thing. I know Scale's going to be like a bit like Dragon Age crossed with Devil May Cry, which is pretty cool.
Hang on, is that Scalebound?
Scalebound, that's the one.
You see, to me, I saw the trailer of that at E3 when it was on E3 last year, and I was going with it. I was going really well with it. I was enjoying the trailer. I thought, this looks interesting. And then he put a pair of beats on his head, and I turned off immediately. I thought, nah, fuck off. This is Dark Souls for the 12-year-olds.
It looks pretty cool. I think it looks like a bit of a Devil May Cry rip-off in there, and Yeah, I don't know. I'm quite excited for that one.
Yeah, so I mean, so you got that one. Then there's, I'm not sure what the fuck's going on with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Is that Xbox exclusive?
It's a timed exclusive, I think.
But it's like published by Microsoft, which I find really, really fucking weird.
Yeah, but so is Minecraft now, but still, it'll be on the consoles. It'll be on both. Basically, all that's going to do for Christmas, because it's going to come out like in the heavy period where loads of games come out.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, this will be like, buy Xbox One with Rise of the Tomb Raider only on Xbox blah blah blah, blah for this time.
Yeah.
And that's all it's going to be, and it'll sell consoles. I mean, anything will sell consoles. The bottom line is that how much will it cost in comparison? The PlayStation 4 overall sold better than the Xbox One when it was a shitload cheaper.
Yeah.
Xbox One made their console cheaper. They've been outselling the PlayStation 4 over the past couple of months.
Yeah, I saw that as well, because I think that was down to they had those deals where the unsuspecting gamers who didn't know were buying an Xbox One with Assassin's Creed Unity, and then it was coming with a few other games. And nobody warned them that they were going to have a bad time.
I know, yeah. I mean, it's like Xbox One you could now buy with Sunset Overdrive and Assassin's Creed Unity and Halo the Master Chief Collection. All three are either broken or shit.
But and then the worst one is obviously all three of those games, or all the games that would come with them, were downloads, and then Lizard Squad went and fucked up Christmas for everybody.
No, yeah, them fuckers.
and so these people are sat with they've got the Xbox One sat there that can't start up because it can't connect to the internet to do like the initial startup stuff, and the only games they've got to play on it are 3 download codes.
Well, I had that issue with the PlayStation 4 because, like I said, we got my brother one for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so I went to his to try it out and get it all rigged up for him, and you couldn't do fuck all. You couldn't do anything because it needed to connect to the internet to work. And obviously, PS7's down.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had issues with what I have issues with. I had because I got Diablo 3 for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, great game, love it. But I couldn't do any of the updates, which would let me play obviously online because PlayStation Network was down. But then I couldn't really get into it at first because you had to sign into BattleNet with it, or you could sign into BattleNet. But because PSN was down, so the PlayStation wasn't connected to the fucking internet, I couldn't even sign into fucking BattleNet.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, I think there was something on one of the news sites the other day that they arrested someone else for that.
Well, so they fucking should. It is illegal what they're doing.
Yeah, but it was like an 18-year-old from like Torquay or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Torquay is known for making hardened criminals.
Well, hang on a second. I'll find the news story on that one. It might have been Torquay. It could have actually been Stoke, and if it is Stoke, I'll be asking questions about you, my friend.
Mate, I can barely work a fucking calculator. Behave yourself.
But I forget what my thread was now. I was talking about the Xbox One. I was talking about the exclusives.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just there's not many exclusives coming for the Xbox One that made me go, yay, let's get that. I think that Halo's the only one I'd be properly interested in.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't that huge a fan of the remade Tomb Raider, mostly because I just kind of felt that it was a lot of Lara Croft screaming and grunting and moaning, and I just felt, if I'm not watching a porn film here, then what's the fucking point?
What's the fate? They get a nice view of her ass from time to time. And as sick as that may seem, it's like, oh, pixelated woman. Honestly, they fucking asked for that. You know what I mean? Fucking crazy.
Yeah, but the
It's like you could not play that game all the way through without getting a semi at least once.
wait, you see, now I kind of really didn't get to that point because every time you turned a corner, she met a grisly death.
Oh, that was so cool!
But no,
it was 6 like flying through the air, all of a sudden everything we find them impaled.
That was it. It's the bit where you're falling down the waterfall, and you get like no warning as to when things are coming out. All of a sudden, she's got a fucking spike gun through the bottom of her chin, out the top of her head, and I'm just sat there on the sofa going, "Oh!" It's like you feel the pain.
I know, it's so good.
Oh, inside, found that news report. That lad was arrested in Southport, not Torquay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so not that far from you.
Well, yeah, it is.
I don't know UK geography. I know where Newcastle and London is, and that's about it. The west side of the country.
That's what everyone else thinks. Everyone else, and Manchester and Birmingham.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but yeah,
which is apparently a Muslim state, according to
yes.
reports. That was so fun.
Yeah, you can't can't go there anymore, can you? Otherwise, you get beaten. E-mine Fox News. You know what? I think we need to dedicate maybe the next one of these entirely to Fox News because I think that could be hilarious.
Just state randomly stupid shit.
Yeah, but the so with the PS4 anyway, the exclusives for that one. I mean, obviously I've been ranting on about it.
All right, okay. Before you get started, do not dare look this up. Other than Order 1886 and Bloodborne, what exclusives have you got?
Well, you see, I just saw Bloodborne, and that's me happy for a year, really.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm a very easy bloke to please in that respect. This Uncharted 4 comes out at about the same time as Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's no accident that those two are coming out at the same time, really, are there? But, I mean, in fact, there's a question for you. Regardless whether it's Xbox One or PS4, you have 45 quid in your hand, you can afford one game. Are you going Uncharted 4 or are you going Rise of the Tomb Raider?
I've never played an Uncharted game.
Oh, really?
Shit you not. I was actually hoping it'd come with like a HD remake of them all.
Well, you see, I have seen
probably play it over Christmas.
Yeah, I have seen something about that. There was some rumor that I've seen on Twitter about there being...
Abraham Lincoln did say, don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Oh, yeah, of course he did. Yeah, no, there was I can't remember, it might have been Polygon had said something about it, but apparently there's rumours of a box set thing of the Uncharted games for PS4, which I think that would then dovetail quite nicely into last week's Crucible Chat, where, not last week, a couple of weeks ago's Crucible Chat, where I had a big rant about remasters and remakes.
Well, I could go on about remakes, because obviously we got a fair few coming out next week, actually, Tuesday. 2 are coming out. You got Resident Evil and Saints Row 4 are coming back out, which I'm doing an R over.
Well, we take those two. Resident Evil, in my mind, it was remade perfectly fine in 2005 or whenever it was for the GameCube, or 2002, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
But no fucker played it because anyone in this fucking country had a GameCube.
No.
Because everyone had a PlayStation.
Yep.
But there's no point. I don't think there's any point in re-releasing a 19-year-old game now.
When you could have done it in 12 months' time.
Well, you could have done it in 12 months' time for the 20th anniversary. That would, if they were going to do it, that would have made more sense for me.
Yes.
But also for the fact that, kind of like, Resident Evil has been idolised so much that anyone who actually did play it back in the day is probably going to be quite disappointed when they play this newest version of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone's a lot more hardened to that kind of violence now.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I mean, if you go back to it now, because you can buy Resident Evil on the PS Store, on your PS3, you can go back and play that, and it's not as scary, and it's kind of cheesy, and it's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
It's not a bit shit, but you kind of like, you miss the things that have come since.
Yeah.
Like the mechanics are so shonky, it's really hard to actually do anything in it. Whereas back in 1996, nobody knew any better, and it was the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not really going to relive the memory of what it was. That's why nostalgia's a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But then when it comes to Saints Row 4, I mean, I didn't like that when it came out. I haven't been a huge fan of the Saints Row games anyway. No. I mean, Grand Theft Auto for me has always been fairly silly, and I don't think it needed to get silly to the point of Saints Row.
Oh, it's absolutely batshit, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but then it's like, they didn't need to remake it for the PS4. There was no point. Well, at least in my eyes, anyway. Because it wasn't that good a game in the first place. I mean,
it wasn't great.
I mean, but and then again, in March you've got the Devil May Cry, the DMC one. I think that's March.
Yeah, it is March. I think it's been brought forward, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, by a couple of weeks, I think. And apparently there's supposed to be a Devil May Cry 1 to 4 HD remaster box set dealy for the PS4 and Xbox One as well. At some point.
Really?
Yeah. Now that'll be interesting because I loved Devil May Cry, the first one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big difference between Devil May Cry and DMC.
Oh yeah. But no, I did love the original one because when that came out, there was nothing like it.
No.
I mean, obviously, since then you've got other games that you had Bayonetta, which is pretty much the same thing as well, except slightly even crazier.
Yes.
But I mean, I love Bayonetta for what it is because it is absolutely insane. Now, I was gutted that it became a Wii U exclusive.
I know, I should have really picked that up. I've got a Wii U, but it's doing nothing. It was like a Mario Kart machine, but Mario Kart gets boring very quickly.
It does, indeed. Well, I think apart from Zombie U and Watch Dogs, I think Bayonetta 2 is like the only adult game out for the Wii U, I think. Everything else is fairly family-friendly.
Yeah. Well, that's what the Wii is all about, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for the casual gamer. And there'll be thousands of, well, all maybe 5 Wii U owners out there going, "No, you're wrong there, Michael."
The Wii U's for the hardcore. The Wii U Master Race unite.
Oh, don't get me started on the PC Master Race. Fucking hell.
PC crowd, mate. Honestly, I never get where them fuckers get off. I really don't, because everyone says, "Oh, 4K resolutions, 200 frames a second." Bullshit to most of them. 90% of people who play on PC, my laptop can run games better than what their PC can. Their high-end PC. It's all a load of shit. You see games getting released on PC. You got games like DayZ and this IM fucking YZ123 TRX shit.
H1Z1.
That's the one. Was that the abbreviation for what I just said? Because I'm always right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't look anything that compares to what's on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One now.
Well,
it looks like shit, and if you've got a modder game to enjoy it, then there's something wrong with you.
Well, I mean, DayZ and H1Z1, they're both in like early access, aren't they? They're not actually finished, but people have already paid for them, which I find really weird.
Well, DayZ's not finished.
No, it's not. It's not finished. It's still early access. It's not even in beta
really?
yet. Yeah. So everyone who buys it, the money's going into the development of it, but it's not been fully released yet. When it gets fully released, it's coming to the PS4 as well, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard it's going into the PS4. I don't know if it's coming to the Xbox One though.
No, I don't know. I'd only heard PS4. I hadn't heard Xbox One. But
speaking of zombie games that are coming to the Xbox One, though, State of Decay.
Oh no, I've heard of that one. What?
Kind of like a survival game, but when you go, it's like a zombie survival, your typical thing. But when you leave your, it's kind of like one of them things. When you leave your camp and then you leave your Xbox.
Right.
And go come home from work or something, you might come back and risk of having an invasion, and one of them may be dead.
All right,
or
so it's
some of your shit. So yeah, it's one of them.
So is it got like permanent death in it? A bit like what was it? It was Zombie U had that, didn't it? Where if your character died, you had to be another character.
Oh, I'm not 100% sure. I've not played it. I mean, by the time it got released on the 360, I wasn't really in. I was more of a COD fanboy, so I kind of only played that in FIFA.
Right.
So I never really got around to playing it. I've seen quite a lot of it since, and it looks cool. And yeah, it's definitely one I'm going to be picking up on my Xbox.
So when's that out?
I dare say March time.
So, well, actually, in fact, this is another thing which I'm finding quite weird. So last year, for game releases, okay, there was fuck all at the beginning of the year except maybe Wolfenstein and a couple of others.
Well, yeah, last year, literally until
October.
Well, actually,
September, October.
Yeah, because the only thing I can remember coming out, we had Tomb Raider come out in the January.
Yeah.
Then you had Wolfenstein, you had Watch Dogs in May, and Thief came out, I'd say April time.
Something like that. It was spring.
And then Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero. Titanfall came out in the February to March. So Titanfall kind of did the business for most of my time until the new Call of Duty. That was the idea, but it didn't really. It never really developed into anything because a lot of people gave up on Titanfall really quickly.
Which is a shame because it looks very good.
It's very good. I mean, I was playing it tonight and there was only 4,000 people online in the world.
Well, that's shocking, that.
And literally there was 1,000 people in the Western European servers. In comparison. So if you're in America, I'm sure it'd be fine in the day, but obviously over here now, Destiny and Call of Duty have kind of taken everything away from Titanfall because it never had the substance to hold an audience.
Well, yeah, that was the one thing I was concerned with it, because it had like 12 maps or something like that, and no storyline.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem. There was no campaign. The thing is, when Titanfall 2 comes out, it's gonna blow everything out of the water. There's not going to be a comparison. Because it's going to be a campaign, and there'll be more maps, there'll be more guns, there'll be more Titans, there'll be camos, decals, everything that you can earn in game, instead of just grinding through levels.
You see, what I think would be the best way for Titanfall to go. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but if you took what Titanfall is, so the mechanics of that and the concept, and merged it with the way Destiny works, and then put a good story in the middle of it, you'd have a killer game.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know, because if you had that idea like Destiny has, where you can go through all the campaigns solo, or people can drop in and out of your game as they want to, you know, they can join a group with you, and you just power through, and obviously the difficulty scales depending on how many people are with you, and then put in stuff like, as well as competitive maps and all that, then put in like raids or strikes or whatever, that kind of thing, and you would just have something that would last a lot longer than Titanfall itself did.
I could take, you know what the biggest problem with Titanfall was? I can tell you right now, came out in February where it was a really bad time for it. It went all basically because it was an Xbox One exclusive at the point where the Xbox One was on its arse.
Yeah.
That was what really killed it.
It was overhyped.
Yeah, well, it was the only thing coming out at that time.
Yeah. That your little boy come to say hello?
Yeah, he just came back in the room. His mum's just got to make his tea. And she's it's lying down in a second.
But the but yeah. So last year, nothing really came out till September, October time, of any substance really. But then this year, there seems to be a lot coming out leading up to about April. So if you get towards April and maybe like the last big release is the Dark Souls 2 remake, and then there doesn't appear to be anything coming out in the summer apart from a handful of indie games. And then when you come to kind of September, October time, you'll probably get another Destiny expansion, and then you'll get the next Call of Duty, the next Assassin's Creed, the one that's supposed to be set in London or whatever the fuck.
Well,
it is.
I'm not even going to give it the time of day this time. Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, I know that, but I'm saying this is just the kind of the way it seems to be going. Whereas like normally you get a quiet January, February, March, and then it kind of slowly builds over the summer to the point where you get like the back end of the year and everything goes hell for leather.
Yeah.
It seems to be going very different this year. It seems to be a lot of releases early on in the year and fuck all to get you through those bright, light, hot summer months.
I know, yeah, it's a bitch, that is.
Maybe it's the developers are trying to get us to go play outside, which, I mean, to be fair, I don't like playing outside. The graphics are shit.
I know, well, the graphics are alright, the gameplay's a bit tapped though, isn't it?
The resolution's too low for me.
Is it not 1080p?
If I wear my glasses, it is.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Well, it's stuff like, you know, I can never seem to lose my 3-star wanted level outside.
Yeah.
In comparison. And when I try to hijack a car, it never really goes as smoothly as what it does in the game.
No,
I don't know why, because I automatically assume everything I see on TV can happen in real life. It's like when I go, you know, when I go to watch I never go to watch a Premier League game of football, so that's a lie. When I go watch a game of football, I just randomly start running down the wing.
Yeah.
You get jumped on by security and whatnot. I don't see the need. I can do it in the game. Why can't I do it in real life?
Yeah, I suppose the difficult ones is when you're going for a walk in the woods and you forget to bring your broadsword with you in case you happen to meet some trolls. To be fair, if you walk around the woods in County Durham, you'll probably find a troll.
Yeah.
Or at least a murder of Herberts, anyway.
Well, apparently if you walk around the woods of Southport, you'll definitely find a lizard.
Nice. He's nicely in a cage now.
For how long with England's justice system? Let's be real.
Yeah, true. But we'll not get into that one.
No.
You know what? I've got. This is really distracting because I've got Eurogamer open in front of us where I found that news story, and it's got this like one of the articles here. It's got a video about the Saints 4 re-elected thing.
Oh, the infomercial thing.
No. It's like one of their articles on there. But the headline of this article, which is just right in the eye line, says video: Dead Kings, phallic flamethrowers, and gat out of hell. I was like, that keeps distracting me because I just keep looking over and I just see the word phallic. I'm going to have to change my tab here. I'll go back to my YouTube dashboard.
Yes, do.
See if I've got any more subscribers yet. No, not yet.
That's one thing we can talk about, how YouTube's been a bit of a bitch at the minute.
In what respect?
Well, I don't... It's going to sound like I'm whining a little bit, but this is in the future, so it might not be the case now. My views and everything are really starting to... They're really struggling at the minute.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hang on, let's have a look.
Crazy, I don't know if it's that time of the year or what.
Well, you see, my views dropped in December, which I kind of expected. Because, you know, it's just... People are doing that horrendous stuff like spending time with family and being happy and being out there, outside and all that shit. But yeah, so my views dropped a bit in December, but then since we did the last one of these videos, so for New Year's Day, my views have skyrocketed. They've been
really?
They've been through the roof. I mean, hang on, what's yours? I mean, do you ever use Social Blade?
No.
So Social Blade's a website. It's like it allows you to track YouTube channels and see rankings and stuff like that. But it means I can see your stats.
Oh really?
So just like the basic ones. So I mean, your average daily views is 162, and last time I looked at this, your average daily views were less than 100. So I think you're doing all right.
Well, hang on, I might be lying then here because I haven't checked today.
You've
like all week I've been struggling for views and everything, and then I don't know, maybe it's just picked up a bit.
I have noticed your subscribers have slowed down though.
Yeah, this is pretty much stopped, mate.
Because you had that ballistic startup in November, December.
Yeah, late November.
Where you went from like 400 to 1400.
1400. Yeah, and then it kind of all happened, and then just stopped.
I'm pretty sure someone posted a link to your channel somewhere, and that has a lot of traffic. You've been like featured on some site that no one's ever told you about, and that can be the only thing to have that kind of growth that quickly.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but
it's one of them. I mean, I don't know. I do make jokes though, because people say all the time, like, did you get bots and whatnot? People ask me on Twitter, did you get botted views? And it's like, look, you know, I do a series on saving money on games and not buying shit games. Do you honestly think I got much left over to go get a couple of bots to get myself a couple of fake views knocking off my channel?
Oh, you see, I see that all the time because I'm in a couple of groups on Facebook, which is like, you know, places you can post your links and maybe someone might watch it kind of thing. And there's always someone there saying, "Hey, for $5 you can get 1,000 active subscribers." It's like, no, you fucking can't.
Oh, like,
you'll pay $5, you'll get maybe 500 subscribers appear on, and then look, YouTube will go, "Hey, those 500 subscribers are the same as his 500 subscribers," and they all logged on at the same time. That's a fucking bot.
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember when YouTube did its last bot clean out in December, and you dropped like 90 in a day or something.
I was like, what?
I was like looking at mine, I was upset that 3 had dropped off, and then you put up on Twitter, "I've lost 100. I was like, fucking hell, mate. I thought I had a bad list of 3.
I know, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it's daft. I mean, my subs have slowed down. I'm still knocking around like the 1400 mark. I'm not doing too bad.
According to this, you're 1412 it looks.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it's
pretty good, but like I say, it's kind of the minute I've got people in my pub, I'm just not getting them to buy a drink.
Yeah, I think, well, to be fair, that is half the battle with YouTube, isn't it? I mean, I get a lot of subscribers who come in as inactive, but then I think eventually I'll put something up, because I do so many different series, because I've got Crucible Chat, I've got Half-Life, I've got Dark Souls, I've got my Let's Plays. Yeah. I think I get a lot of subscribers who come for one specific thing, rather than watch all my videos. It's like my last few Crucible Chats have gone ballistic. They've gone like massive, massive amount of views. But then my Let's Plays don't do as well. So you know, people in my network are saying, "Hey, you should do opinion videos all the time." It says, "No, because I'm not going to be a twat like BiPolarBear." But but yeah, I mean, with mine, I had November, December was awful month for me. I actually in November I actually shrank my subscribers. The first month where I came out were less than I came in with, and I think what it was down to what I was putting up. Because at the time I was putting 2 videos up a day. One of them was Lego Batman 3. The other one was The Walking Dead. Right. And I think The Walking Dead, I kind of never really worked out, but The Walking Dead was a 2-year-old game that had been done on YouTube 1,000 times. Everyone's seen every permutation of every choice. Yeah. And Lego Batman, I got a lot of views on the first video, and I kind of get a distinct feeling that because I was swearing my way through it, parents weren't letting their children watch it.
Fair enough.
Because obviously it's a kids' game, and I do know a few people who have kids who actually quite like watching my Lego videos.
Right.
So I kind of think, because on the other Lego videos I was careful with my language and I wasn't swearing. And I was swearing like a trooper at the Batman ones. I don't know why.
But cursing like a sailor.
Yeah, I really was. But yeah, I think it turned a lot of people off, basically. But
well, I mean,
this month has been better.
Because I did a FIFA pack opening video, like Ultimate Cheese.
Yeah.
Even I'll admit I was ashamed of that video, but I did it just to test the waters. Anywho, now it's knocking on just short of 10,000 views.
Yeah.
So it turns out it was worth doing. I think I got a lot of them off that as well, and then when I don't upload FIFA, I don't get no views.
You see, I've never understood. I mean, I understand FIFA videos, playing the game. That's fair enough. I don't understand people who because I see a lot of it on Twitter, people constantly uploading videos of them opening packs in FIFA Ultimate Team. What do they do? Do they just react to what the cards do?
Yeah, pretty much overreact to everything.
You know what? I might do that for Hearthstone. I'll go on Hearthstone, I'll pay £1 and get 5 cards and I'll react. not knowing what any of the cards are, and see if I get 10,000 views on that.
Yeah, just overreact. Act it, mate.
Yeah, my top rule in video is
It's a DIY one, isn't it? It's something to do with a mix one.
No, it's a guitar pedal one. It's how to get the best out of a Boss OC3, which is an octave pedal. Makes funky noises. It's great. And it was my second ever video. I mean, literally, it was my second ever video. The first one was an unboxing video done in my kitchen when I was hungover to hell for my game capture card. When I didn't know anything about YouTube or how to do it properly.
Yeah.
And that video is, I think it's just crossed 20,000 views, and I have no idea why, because it is the driest, most boring video I've ever made. But people seem to like it because it's showing you how to do something, so I'm tempted to break out the how to do things with a guitar video again, because it just seems to be really good for views. But it's one of the few videos I've done where I don't feel like dirty about it, that it's got high views.
Yeah.
So that one I put up the other day about the Microsoft's rule changes.
Yeah.
It wasn't a case of, that didn't affect me because I'm not an Xbox player. But I put that up because I thought, I'll get some good views out of this one, and I made some good points and people liked the video, but I still kind of feel a bit dirty for doing it.
Well, it was knocking around the 250 mark when I last saw it, so...
Yeah, what's it at now? 284 now. So,
there you go,
but yeah, yeah, I did feel a bit dirty after doing that one, I must admit, because that one was for the views.
Yeah, there's a couple... Mate, you got to try a bit of everything for the views. It's like I did one over Christmas, a GTA one where it's snowing in Los Santos.
Yeah, I saw that one. That looked pretty cool, actually.
Just for the views, mate. Just for the views.
Yeah, because there were actually... I did see quite a few people putting that up.
Yeah.
Like putting stuff like that up. But then again, I mean, I went back through some of your videos the other day. Like, if you go into the... If you go into the video manager on YouTube and you just search by most popular or most viewed, and you scroll down the list, it's like some of my videos are really random ones that come out that are actually popular. And there's one, I have no idea why it's popular. It's my 5th most viewed video. Okay. It's got just over 1,500 views, and it's Destiny beta.
Yeah.
And me padding around the tower and building a fire team, and that's literally all the video is. There's no actual level in it. It's just me padding around the tower. But I get views on that every month, and I don't know why.
Yeah. It's like I've got one now that started to do alright that I uploaded 6 months ago about living freedom.
Yeah.
And that is now on over 1,000 views, and I'm getting comments on it pretty much every day. And it's like, dude, I uploaded this 6 months ago. If I can get with the times, like,
Yeah.
But it never did shit at first.
Well, I mean, most of my high viewing videos are my Dark Souls 2 boss fight ones, because I posted them to the Dark Souls wiki. So people are obviously getting stuck on those bosses. Coming in, there's my video guide on how to do it, so I'm getting views that way.
Yeah. I'm just on your channel now, just trying to find where you can find your popular videos.
If you go into the video manager in your dashboard and then view where it says newest, click most viewed.
Yes.
I'd be amazed if people are still listening at this point.
I know, yeah, I think we're going to have to edit a lot of this out.
Oh no, it all goes in verbatim. All the mistakes, all the fuck-ups.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, everything goes in.
Fair enough.
This is the joy of it. This is us two having a chat.
Oh dear.
Yes. It is a Crucible Chat.
Yeah, like a very, very random that a part 15 of a Let's Play's got over 2,000 views.
Are you on mine, are you?
Yeah, I'm on yours.
Hang on, is that the Wolfenstein one?
Yeah.
No, there is a reason for that one. Because if you don't know, I write for What Culture from time to time.
Right.
And I did a video, I did an article on, it was like, these like BuzzFeed list article kind of things. And it was 10 awkward scenes in video games that made you feel dirty. And that particular episode, I embedded that one into the article. And that episode of Wolfenstein has the second sex scene between Blazkowicz and Anya, where they're rooting up against a table in the safe house.
Right.
And yeah, that one got included for that reason specifically. And a couple of it's like I mean, I expected the PT one, the Let's Play PT. That was me having the shit scared out of me, so that was always going to do a bit well.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think the other ones that were kind of high views. You see, I mean, people like I did that tribute to Robin Williams, a friend like singing "Friend Like Me," and people seem to love that one. It's like 345 views. It's ridiculous. It's just me singing a Disney song.
Fair enough.
But anyway, to bring this wildly close to a conclusion,
Yes, I think we had best wrap this up now.
Yes, I have the final argument against Xbox versus PlayStation 4. And this is the final argument, and this is what will win it for... Well, to be fair, it depends on your point of view which side wins this one, okay?
We stopped talking about like half an hour ago. I think people have gone to sleep and made a cup of tea since.
Yeah, I know, but for the one person who is still listening at this point, this is the ultimate reward.
Which is probably one of us too.
Probably, yeah. But it has been, and this is science, there are facts and figures to back this one up. Xbox owners are the biggest wankers. Because...
Proceed.
Yeah, oh yeah, you'll love this one.
Okay.
I seen this on... I forget where I seen it on. I seen it on the internet somewhere.
The PSN network?
No. It was just on...
On Push Square?
No, oh god, no. Don't be Push Square, mind. Bunch of fucking hacks. But, no, I read it. It doesn't matter where I read it. Anyway, but I read this article, and if I can find the link,
but I made it up.
No, I haven't made it up, but I'll put... Stop interrupting me!
Well, make a valid point!
Okay, the valid point is... Pornhub every year release statistics on who has viewed for which country on what browser and what that, and they released console figures as well. And there were more people on Xbox Ones viewing Pornhub, despite there are fewer Xbox Ones in the world, than PS4. So therefore, Xbox owners are the biggest wankers. You what?
I can watch Pornhub on my Xbox.
It's got an internet browser. It's got an Internet Explorer.
I don't think those things actually worked.
They do. And you can get on Pornhub apparently.
See you later, mate.
Yes, we'll end this one before I can hear that distinct fapping sound in the background. But yeah, so for anyone who
chat looking a lot thinner.
So for anyone who has made it this far, thank you so much for listening to our random gibberish, our incoherent thoughts and random swear words.
Ooh, testicles, arse face.
You're an arse face. You're a towel. So look out for at the beginning of March will be the next Crucible Chat with Robbie involved.
I swear to God it won't be as shit as this.
Oh,
I'll try not.
Yeah, it probably will be. But yeah, so thank you everyone for watching and for listening, and please check out Rob's channel, give him a like and subscribe, and if you don't mind, give me a like and subscribe as well.
If you don't like and subscribe my channel, a puppy gets AIDS.
There you go. There is your incentive.
Think about the puppies. The puppies don't deserve AIDS. It affects 1 in every 1,642nd puppy in the world.
To save a puppy, all you need to do is go to youtube.com/thebipolarbear and click subscribe.
My nickname is Jesus.
Alright, okay. So on
Sometimes I like to press myself against the glass in the shower and pretend I'm singing a Shakira song.
And there we go with the disturbing thought. Good night, everybody.